Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. The snow our First Alert weather team has been preparing you for has hit the valley. Here's a live look at conditions right now. This is in Fargo at 25th and 18th in South Fargo. As you can see, it's really messy out there. We have an accident here, and this is not the only one. We're getting reports of accidents up and down the valley at this hour. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Nathan Hopper for more of what you can expect as the night continues. Nathan?
Yeah, Stacey, of course, the big story for this evening is those road conditions with that snowfall continuing to fall as we speak. North Dakota, most locations, most roadways in our area have the pink on the North Dakota DOT map, which does indicate snow-covered roadways. The yellow you see here are spots of scattered ice on the roadway as well. So basically I-29 up and down from North Dakota to Canada, and then Devil's Lake, seeing some snowfall on the roadways there as well. Some icy roads near the Jamestown area near Valley City along I-94, and of course in the metro, lots of snow-covered roadways as you just saw. Easy to slip and slide around in your vehicle, so definitely want to take it slow, be cautious. And if you don't have to leave tonight, I would recommend staying home and just staying off those roads, letting the road crews get to work on those snowy spots. Here's Minnesota's road conditions in the past couple of hours since we started Valley News Live at 5 o'clock. I've seen more and more of these pink lines developing on our road map in Minnesota, which does indicate snow-covered roadways. With the blue is just a light snow on the roadways. So conditions will continue to get even more snowy in Minnesota as that snow continues to move in. Winter weather advisory continues until 6 a.m. tomorrow. So Stacey, expect slippery roadways through the overnight hours tonight and even into tomorrow morning's commute as well.
All right, thanks so much, Nathan. And if you're planning to travel down towards the Twin Cities for the New Year's holiday, be careful. This snowstorm is headed their way. Depending on what time you're leaving, your drive might be impacted there too. Here's a live look at what it looks like right now in Minneapolis. Nathan will bring us even more of what we can expect coming up in just a couple minutes. It's a picture we're starting to see far too often, ice castles and UTVs going through thin ice. Take a look at this. The Tri-State Dive Team says earlier this month they pulled a Honda four-wheeler, a fish house, another UTV, and an ice castle that had dropped through the ice in Otter Tail County. The team says the ice wasn't thick enough to get the UTV and ice castle out of the water, but they hope to get them out this weekend. The cold weather means one good thing for ice skaters. Some outdoor rinks over in Moorhead are now open. The city says 2 rinks are now open for people to enjoy. They'll be lit from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The rest of the rinks are having snow removed and being checked for any cracks or weak spots in the ice before they open. Well, it took 6 months, but an escaped prisoner is now back in jail after he was arrested in Wadena County. Deputies did a search warrant in the 700 block of 3rd Street Southwest in Wadena. That's where they found 39-year-old Terry Sanso, who escaped from custody in Otter Tail County back in June. 200 grams of meth and 650 pills with a street value of more than $22,000 were also found in the home. The search is still on for 17-year-old Kiera from Dilworth. Her mom says she's 4 months pregnant and might be with her boyfriend. She's 5'5" tall, about 210 pounds, with brown eyes and short brown hair. We spoke with Dilworth police this morning, who urge you to contact them if you have any information. The number is listed there on your screen. The Fargo Police Chief says 4 reports have been sent to the Liquor Control Board for COVID-19 violations at area bars and restaurants, like violating occupancy and mask mandates. Of those 4, 3 of those reports are for repeat offenders. A decision as to what will happen next will be made at the next City Commission meeting on January 20th. Several Fargo bars and restaurants are rolling out plans for New Year's Eve. Live shows at Shotgun Sally's in the Windbreak, drink specials at the Old Broadway, and Eskimo pods at Granite City Food and Brewery are some of the many happenings in the metro on Thursday. Fargo police say they've been keeping a close eye on businesses, making sure they're following CDC guidelines for COVID-19. Granite City general manager says they're expecting many to use delivery providers or curbside pickup, but they want those to come in to socially distance.
We're pretty confident that we're ready to go, and we're willing to have the police come in anytime they want and check out the things that we're doing, because we're confident that we're doing the right things to keep people safe.
Fargo police have sent 4 reports to the Liquor Control Board, and 3 of those were for a repeat offender. The bar or restaurant in question was not named in the last Fargo City Commission meeting. The CDC today has some tips for how you can ring in the new year safely. Not surprisingly, the agency says staying home and celebrating with people you live with or partaking in a virtual celebration are the safest choices. You can also try to plan a neighborhood countdown with everyone standing in front of their house and cheering as the clock strikes midnight. They say if you do decide to attend a gathering, make sure you limit the number of guests. The weekly positivity rate for COVID-19 in Minnesota has been just under 5% over the past 7 days. This is the first time the case rate has been that low since early October. As Kate Raditz shares, state health officials are hopeful Minnesotans took precautions to celebrate the holidays.
It's been just over 5 weeks since Governor Tim Walz enacted a month-long statewide dial-back that included no indoor dining, closing gyms, and a halt on youth sports. Now the cases are coming down dramatically after health officials called the state a hot spot last month.
I really think it does have to do with the fact that, people did really change their activities. For instance, for Thanksgiving, we talked about the fact that it would take 3 to 4 weeks to see the impact of that.
In fact, the CDC ranks Minnesota 44th in the U.S. right now for the average daily case rate over the last week. Right now, the state also has some of the more strict guidelines with indoor dining and group fitness classes still on pause.
We've gone from being some of the worst to being in a much, much better place because of the changes that have been made.
Infectious disease expert Chris Erzman says health officials will be watching for any kind of spike in cases after the Christmas holiday. But she noticed many who celebrated with other households were often masked, social distancing, or got tested beforehand.
Even though people did get together to celebrate the holidays, I do think that they did so in a very thoughtful manner.
Erzman says the decrease in cases and a vaccine and phased distribution ends the year on a positive note.
I was really worried and distressed in November with those high case numbers that we were seeing, and obviously the subsequent deaths. But, that is coming under control. So there's a lot of very positive things going into 2021.
Kate Raditz, WCCO 4 News.
Experts say the best time to get tested for COVID is 5 to 7 days after exposure. As always, we have the latest COVID-19 numbers for both Minnesota and North Dakota scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen. They're also posted to valleynewslive.com. The Minnesota Department of Health is now accepting COVID-19 appointments for January at several testing sites across the state. Each site, including the one in Moorhead, Crookston, and Wadena, offers testing at no cost. We'll post the link to sign up on our website. Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, will your stimulus check be for $600, $2,000, or nothing at all? We'll have the latest.
And there's that snowfall making its way through the Red River Valley as we speak, all the way from Grand Forks down through Fargo, and seeing even some heavier snowfall this hour in northern South Dakota that will be making its way into Minnesota. There is how things look right now at University Drive. We're seeing continual slippery roadways, snow on those roadways. We'll break it down when it ends next.